Good Thursday, Thanksgiving Day evening. Boy, it has been a windy, cold, and very snowy holiday here in Northeast Ohio. Power 5 meteorologist Phil Sakel here with you just to give you an update on all of the spectacular snow we've been seeing over the last several hours. Greater Cleveland certainly inundated with a lot more of that snow, especially in our southern part of the county from Greater Cleveland towards the south and east. 271 has certainly been inundated a lot more. Let's take a closer view at some of that snow right now, especially as we get into the latter half of this evening. A lot of folks probably heading home for Thanksgiving dinner, maybe at least getting out a little bit across the area. And you will want to take plenty of extra time if you are going to be traveling anywhere within this snow. It's going to be just a kind of a slow go. Hazard lights, probably a good idea. A lot of folks traveling across I-271. Let's take a live look at our camera. Let's see here. Yeah, this is west 130th at 71. We do have an accident right now kind of slowing things down, but the road is looking a little bit better than it was a few hours ago. You really couldn't see any of the roadway, but certainly a lot of potential of snow-covered roads for the foreseeable future. And as we head towards the east side at 480 and Lancaster Drive, it's a little bit better, but still a lot of potential of snow-covered roadways here in Northeast Ohio. So just take extra precaution. If you're going to be traveling, go about 40 to 45 miles an hour. Make sure you got the windshield wipers going, headlights on, and make sure you have a little bit of extra time and more distance between you and the car in front of you, as this snow is going to be pretty relentless for the foreseeable future here in Northeast Ohio this evening. So let's take a look at the Power 5 once again. A lot of that significant snow is falling continuously across parts of downtown Cleveland, towards the 271 corridor, around parts of, let's see here, we got Shaker Heights, towards parts of Solon, Bedford, even into parts of northern Summit County, that threat for some significant snow. And this is just the very beginning. A lot of that snow continuing to fall well to the south across Aurora, towards Manaway, and this is just going to continue to ebb and flow between parts of northern Portage County and southern Geauga County. That's kind of the bullseye for the most significant snow between now and perhaps even as late as tomorrow morning. So travel will be very, very tricky between now, this evening, a little before 9 o'clock, so maybe about 7, 8, even 9 o'clock tomorrow morning in some instances, with a lot more of that potential of at least some heavier snow bands causing some travel troubles here in Northeast Ohio. So a lot of the snow is falling at a pretty good rate, an inch to maybe 2 inches an hour between now and tomorrow morning. Thankfully, things will begin to quiet down once we get past at least the morning on Friday. So if maybe you're heading out for shopping, things a little bit better off for the afternoon. But this is primarily a lake effect event. So all of this is kind of confined to the northern half of our viewing area, from at least Ashtabula County towards parts of at least Trumbull County into Portage and Cuyahoga County, maybe northern parts of Summit. A little bit more of that, at least snowfall, but overall, things not looking too bad for the latter half of this, at least Thanksgiving Day holiday. So we do have a couple of comments here. Tony talking, Trumbull County was treacherous, low visibility. Yeah, a lot of the snow happening very, very quickly, and it is going to be a little bit more, at least inundated for the next several hours. And Tony also adds that there was some black ice on the roadway. So yeah, take extra time if you are traveling at all, as the roads may look a little bit better off, but certainly going to be a little slick in spots as these temperatures are continuing to drop. So let's take a look at our current conditions with regards to temperatures right now. Let's see if we can find that quickly here. So here are the actual air temperatures. Many, many areas well below freezing, all the way from at least to Akron at 29. We're at 27 in Canton, 29 here in Cleveland. A slightly warmer area from Menor towards Ashtabula, a little bit above freezing, but overall, it's going to feel a lot worse when you factor in that wind chill factor. Those winds have certainly been really, really just whipping around most of the area this evening. Wind chills down to about 18 here in Cleveland, 19 in Akron, a little bit colder than that towards Canton at 18. So yeah, winter jacket's a must if you're out and about this evening, maybe clearing some of that snow off the stoop or the driveway, and you'll definitely need the winter jackets again tomorrow, as more of the snow will continue to stick around for the foreseeable future. And a lot of this snow, as I mentioned, kind of in the snowbelt region, but taking a wider view across the northeastern half of the state, outside of the snow bands, you're not really seeing too much, but there will be some potential of some black ice, some slick spots out there, a little bit of that light snow causing a few concerns, especially some of those back roads, those side streets. If anything hasn't been treated in the last several hours, it's going to be a little bit more of a treacherous mess as some of those areas a little bit more icy in spots. But the main band of snow continues to fall across the northeastern half of the viewing area from greater Cleveland towards the north and east, towards Pennsylvania, and certainly a lot more of that snow continuing throughout the next several hours. And we'll be talking totals 4, 5, even 6+ inches before all said and done by the early morning hours of tomorrow. So these snow bands are here for the long haul in the next several hours. So right now, a little bit more significant snowfall across parts of Chardon towards Burton, Hiram Rapids, a few more snowflakes out there, but this is going to be confined to most of the central half of Geauga County and points south as far as the heaviest snow. So most of it is kind of falling from Cleveland, points south and east into northern parts of Portage and southern Geauga County. So that's going to be the bullseye for the next several hours. So if you're traveling anywhere along 422, give yourself plenty of extra time up and down State Route 44 through Manaway towards the Ravenna area. It could be a little bit more dicey, and definitely that potential for more snow showers here in greater Cleveland. We've seen a lot of significant snow in the last couple of hours, and in fact, that snow continues to fall here in downtown Cleveland, more of a snow globe effect as we take a look at our tower cam looking towards downtown right now. So it's a pretty slow go if you're out and about over the next several hours. I know a lot of folks are probably heading home from Thanksgiving dinner. Make sure that they do get home safely. Check on them, make sure they got home safe, and make sure that a lot of folks are going to be staying nice and warm tonight as these temperatures will remain well below freezing. And with these very, very windy conditions, we'll be talking more in the way of snowfall and visibility issues through the next several hours. So Futurecast is about 2 a.m., and it's definitely showing a lot more potential of some significant snow all the way from Cleveland down towards Ravenna, just north of Youngstown. That threat for more significant snow, that's kind of the main band that we're kind of worried about throughout the next several hours. Still some light snow in our northern communities around Ashtabula and Geauga, but certainly the potential for the most significant snow will be with us in through the central half of Geauga County over the next several hours. But once we get to the early morning hours of tomorrow, most of the models kind of in agreement between about 8 and I'd say about 10 o'clock, things do begin to relax a bit. So the threat for snow starts to wane a little bit more by the mid and late morning on Friday. Still some snow shower chances out there. So if you are going to be shopping, certainly going to be a little bit more of a treacherous part of the day on Friday with a few more bands kind of setting up shop during the afternoon. But the main band that is moving through this evening tonight will kind of relinquish command throughout the latter half of tonight, early tomorrow. And we'll be talking a few more, at least light snow showers for the day on Friday before finally by late Friday evening and early Saturday morning, things finally calm down even more. But the cold will definitely stick around. A lot of those lower and middle 20s with the actual air temp, and you factor in some breezes. Could be talking some lower teens, maybe even some single digits with those wind chills to begin Saturday morning. So it's going to be a very, very cold end to this weekend with that snow potential going to be a little bit less once we get into Saturday morning. But then we do pick back up again with a few more snowflakes through the second half of the day, Saturday through early Sunday. So right now we're looking at some snow showers out there. And let's take a few comments here. Matthew, Shaker Heights can barely see out of the window. Yeah, a lot of that snow continuing to fall through parts of Cuyahoga County right now, and it's going to be a pretty, at least, eventful evening through Shaker Heights. You're kind of on the northern end of that squall, so just to the south, 271, certainly not looking the greatest for the latter half of this evening. And let's see here. Who else do we have? Not cold enough to stick on the concrete. Jeff, where are you commenting from? What part of Northeast Ohio? Independence, definitely snowing down, coming down pretty well. Sherry, thank you. Stuck in our driveway, can't see the road. Yeah, Independence, certainly a little bit more snowy in the last couple of hours, but a lot of this is going to stay in our eastern third of Cuyahoga County. So Independence, Berea, and points west, you're not going to see as much. So even though you're looking at some light snow showers right now, it's not going to be a continuous overnight scenario. So the further west of about I-77, that potential for snow kind of at least dies down a little bit, with the exception of probably the northeastern half of the county towards the northwestern half along I-90. There's still some snow shower potential. So Westlake, just to the south and east of Greater Cleveland, a little bit more of that snow this evening will continue to stick around, but a lot of this will form more easterly across I-77 and I-71. So the further west of the two corridors here in Cuyahoga County, the better chance of seeing less snow over the next several hours. So that is the good news if you're in the western half of the county, but still that potential of a little bit more significant snow in our eastern communities for the next several hours. So between now and even 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you're working tomorrow or know someone's going out early, give yourself a little bit of extra time. Make sure you have that alarm clock set maybe about a half hour before you actually want to get up tomorrow morning, as still some snow shower potential will cause some chaos over on the roadways here in Northeast Ohio. So a lot of this snow is continuous, a couple inches an hour, a possibility. So snowfall totals could potentially be close to a foot in some locations. We've already seen a few instances of 2, 3, 4 inches in the last couple of hours in parts of Northeast Ohio, maybe tacking on another 5, 6 to 8 inches at their most for the second half of this evening, especially where this squall will continue to stick around for the rest of this evening. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on things. Between now and about 11 o'clock, we'll be on the news to bring you the latest on that forecast, bringing the latest model data, and certainly tracking more cold air outside of the snow belt for the foreseeable future. So yeah, winter coming in more like a lion this year earlier, as a lot of that cold air looks to stick in place for the first full week of December, and tracking a few more potentials of some snowflakes in the next week as well. So just kind of giving you a little bit of heads up right now as far as the snowfall this evening. Plenty of extra time if you're going to be traveling tonight and early tomorrow morning, but it won't be an all-day affair tomorrow. That is the good news, but still consider bringing that potential of a few snowflakes to the region for the majority of the day on Friday, but a lot of this snow will begin to fade out once we have high pressure building back in, at least temporarily. So snowfall potentials in the next several hours, at least another 2 to 3, maybe 4 plus. And that bullseye kind of right around that middle field part of Geauga County towards Ravenna. So we're looking at that bullseye in the next several hours to maybe put another 4 to 8 plus inches wherever that squall certainly sets up between now and dawn tomorrow. So like I said, going to be a snowy end to the Thanksgiving Day holiday, and we'll be tracking more snow chances in the next few days. We'll have more of those details coming up on News 5 at 11. Hope to see you there, and we'll continue to bring you the latest here on News 5 and our website, Facebook page, and also our YouTube channel for the rest of the weekend. So until then, we'll talk later.